so on this episode of Leftover Makeover, I have these impossible steak tips that I made a while ago for a taste test that have been sitting in my freezer. So we're going to use these up by making a soup. We're actually going to make a beef stew, and I'll show you guys how I do that. Now, normally for my soups, I use an Instant Pot, but because it's just going to be like a smaller soup, not a bigger soup. It's not going to be, it might be enough for like 2 meals. I'm going to be doing it in just a pot like so. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm actually going to use olive oil, but you can use avocado oil or whatever you want. I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of that. And we are going to turn this on to a medium low. So I'm going to be adding in some onion. I do a little hack with my onions and potatoes, celery, carrots, stuff I use for soups. I just chop it all up and freeze it so that when I need it, I have it on hand. So we're going to be adding about a cup of onion. So this is frozen, but it is partially thawed. I did have it out thawing. We are going to just let these onions cook. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt just to help draw out the moisture. Not too much, because I am going to add a lot more salt and other seasonings. Alright, so the onions have sweated down. Ooh, don't mind the steam. So I have a bowl full of veggies here. I have a cup of celery, a cup of carrots, a cup of potatoes. Like I said, these are all pre-diced and frozen. It's a great hack for soup season if you need it. Alright, and that is all in there. We're going to give it a good stir. And that is our veggies minus one more ingredient. I'm going to use my garlic press and press in about 3 cloves of garlic. This is the only thing I have not pre-frozen. Alright, so the veggies are all in there. We're going to add some seasonings now. So I have a few different here. I have, now for pepper and salt, I've only added a half a teaspoon of black pepper and a half a teaspoon of white pepper and 1 teaspoon of salt, but I probably will add more. That's just to start. But I've added a 1/4 teaspoon of marjoram, a 1/4 teaspoon thyme, a 1/4 teaspoon of crushed rosemary, and a full teaspoon of onion powder and garlic powder as well. We're going to go ahead and add the star of our show, which is the steak tips. Like I said, these are the impossible steak tips that I used for a taste test. Alright, now we're going to add some water. I'm adding 4 cups of water. But I will probably add, because I like it a little soupy, so I'll probably add 1 more cup of water at least. So I added 1 more cup, so overall that is 5 cups of liquid. You can use 4 if you like it more like less soupy, but that's what I'm going with. And I'm using the Better Than Bouillon no beef base because it is a beef stew we're trying to replicate here, guys. So I'm going to add 4 teaspoons and then we'll let it cook and I'll taste it from there. And also I should preface by saying when I say 4 teaspoons, they're heaping teaspoons. Like, I'm not stingy on the Better Than Bouillon, but we're going to turn this up, get it to a simmer, and then we're going to lower it to, like, right now it's at medium high. I'm going to get it to a simmer and then I'm going to lower it to a medium low, and I'm going to cover it and let it cook for about 15-20 minutes, and then we'll check on it. Just forgot the bay leaves. Gotta add bay leaves. Alright, so after our 15 minutes is up, I'm going to go ahead and remove the bay leaves. And this is what it's looking like. Real good, right? Yummy. But I have a secret ingredient we're going to add to this. So when you make beef stew not vegan, it usually has this like really rich mouthfeel, almost gelatinous because of the beef. So we're going to be using agar-agar to replicate that. I know, crazy, right? But listen, hear me out. It's not going to turn into gelatin. We're only going to use a small amount. I'm using a half a teaspoon, honestly a little scant half a teaspoon. And we're just going to put that in there and stir it in. So basically that is going to, you can even see that it's getting that look on the top that we want. We want that like really meaty mouthfeel from a stew that you can only get with meat. So that is what the agar-agar is doing, is making it that texture for us. And it's relatively inexpensive. I buy mine online and it literally lasts forever. Like, it has an expiration date, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I use it way past the expiration date, and like, it gives you so much and you only use a teeny little bit. Just a little bit. All right, we're gonna go ahead and taste this and see if it needs any seasoning. So I just tasted it. It is amazing. Honestly, so good. I am gonna add a little bit of fresh cracked pepper on top. I'm gonna say like probably 1/8 a teaspoon, just because I really like that pepperiness, but it is honestly perfect as it is. I just like a little bit more spice in my life. So we're gonna go ahead and cover this and let it cook for another 5 minutes. All right, and our stew is done. Does that not look delightful? So I'm gonna let this cool for a little bit, and then I will plate it up and show you what it looks like. All pretty. There she is in all of her beauty. Just look at that. It's hearty, it's flavorful. It's a good way to use up leftover sausage or steak. Either or, that would be good. It's got lots of veggies, really easy because it was all frozen veggies. Came together in like 20 minutes. I love it.